Hey yo, what up? Going on? What's good? Realest one, slide accordingly. Mr. Slide accordingly. Like, share, subscribe, support the platform, support a real one. Hey yo, what the hell going on here, fam? Blogger wars back in full effect again. I see out of all people, you got Tip Check versus Caps. Oh wow. For as long as I've been watching Tim, for as long as he been in the game, he always managed to stay out the way of the blogger wars and all of this. And he did a damn good job too. That's exactly why I even respected him, because he always delivered quality content while staying out the way of the bullshit, right? To see this right here, it seemed like it might be a little bit personal for Tim. And now it seemed like it's a little bit personal for Caps after the way he was talking to that man. This stems from one thing: Mook versus Holla, New York versus St. Louis. Ironically enough, I was in the chat when Tim said he wasn't feeling what Caps had said towards St. Louis. I forgot what Caps even said, but Tim remembered. Now, honestly, I don't think Caps was going for a New York versus Duluth situation. You know how Caps is. He just say whatever at whatever time. You know, he don't care what he be saying. You know, but Tim, he felt the way about it. And the thing is, Tim, he always been more humble. Bro was never for the bullshit. However, he did say in so many words hint at him possibly turning it up a little bit from now on, because he seen that when he touched on the toxicity, the numbers hit a little bit different. You know this, Tim. He seen that, and I'm guessing him mentioning Caps was like the first step in the direction of a new attitude. I don't know, but he always stayed in his own lane, you know, up until now anyway. So Tim pull up on Caps on IG Live, and it seemed like he was actually trying to have a conversation with him. You know, they wasn't really exactly matching energies. And we took him on. Now we talking about Caps on Instagram Live with the ciggy in one hand, bringing folks up with the other hand. You know it can only go one way in that environment. Man, Caps turned up quicker than a Thanos snap. You know what I mean? Caps get gully real quick. He with the ignorant shit. Caps can be very disrespectful. Temp was more cool and collected, but Caps, he bombing on from the beginning, talking down on this man, talking crazy, discrediting him and all this. Like, you can count on Caps reminding everybody of three things: his influence, longevity, and his numbers, which he has the bragging rights. You know, go ahead, Caps. You know what I mean? You've been here all this time. It's like, you know, but it does get kind of old though, because we know these things. We know you one of the originals. You for sure one of them guys that laid down the bricks for this blogger thing, definitely. And he won't let you forget it. You know how Caps give it up. When it's on and popping, it's on and popping. He gonna go for the jugular. He does what all these dudes do though. All these dudes that been around the longest, they always throw their numbers up, you know, remind people of their seniority, you know what I mean? To edge the argument, trying to downplay niggas and shit. Even though Temp, you know, he wasn't trying to take away nothing from him. But now, folks are saying that Temp let Caps little nigga him. They saying that he bunked him, he let him bunk him. You know, the comments, they was lighting him up, man. Especially the AFN movement. You know, they stay thirsty for the blood. But did Caps really punk him though? Or was it just a case of the bigger name blogger playing the numbers game? It's simple. The platform, the blogger with the higher numbers and popularity, they automatically gonna get a round or two if we talking battle rap terms. I didn't necessarily even see it as a flex. Like Cap said, what he always be saying, he always talking about that. He always saying, you know, oh, you don't got these many numbers and comparing, you know what I mean? He always do that. He say that to everybody. Now, I don't have a dog in the fight per se, but I know I don't always agree with Caps as far as the braggadocious game he like to play. Caps, you supposed to have more numbers and more of a following than Tim, and other people too. Nigga, you been here, you never left, you one of the forefathers, right? Nigga, you better have those type of numbers. Cause if not, what the hell was you doing all this time, bruh? So I don't necessarily consider him bragging and comparing platforms or flex. He's supposed to say that. But he definitely did shit on any credibility that Tim had. I didn't like that. I hate to see people snatch other folks' credibility away from him. You know what I'm saying? especially in this battle rap game, because niggas know how hard it is. They know how hard it is. It's a grind, you know? Talking about he's still thriving off of the One Holla interview. That's the only reason why he here and all of this. He really tried to downplay the very thing that helped Temp kick off his trajectory to begin with. Something that not everybody can even get, a Hitman Holla interview. I've been watching Temp since then, you know? He found his footing even after that interview. This was like right after the Cassidy battle. Holla didn't even do no interviews with nobody else at that time like that, with no other platforms. He kind of gave Temp a alley-oop, him being from St. Louis and all, but even after that, bruh stayed consistent. And I, for one, give that man his props, because me, myself, I know how the game is. It'll chew your ass up and spit that ass right out. If you're not one of the originals, you gotta step extra hard to even be considered a respected blogger. I don't think it's just about numbers. I mean, if you have them, you're gonna bring them up, and you should be proud. It's not exactly an easy feat to stay in that lane as far as numbers go, but Caps, he was supposed to go there. That wasn't no new info, you know? So did he actually little nigga that man? Just from him saying what he was supposed to say. He always says he always talks about his numbers and how long he been here. He went into spaces saying that shit. You know, he definitely tried to downplay that man, but he did. But it just made me feel the way. I'm like, Temp, you better talk to this nigga, man. Especially since you fired the first shot. Because you did. You mentioned him first, Temp. You got to stand on that, man. Don't let that man talk to you crazy like that. Don't listen to Caps. Shit. Anybody with 20/20 vision, seeing your progression, your body, your work, you all respected in this game, bro. I always hate how these niggas so quick to discredit motherfuckers and shit. I hate that. Basically just because they've been around longer. I never liked it that. I don't respect that. But I understand it's a blogger war, so what are you gonna do? But I say this though. It's multiple platforms that got the consistency, the quality content that don't get their just due. You know, that's probably why Caps even entertained it like he did, because he can talk down on him like he did. But I'm gonna say this though, 810. I know you more a respectable dude and everything. You more laid back, I get it. But you know, once you mentioned that man's name, you knew it was up. You knew what you was inviting in, man. Don't let that nigga punk you no more, man. Handle your business, Temp. Handle your business. Thoughts, comments, opinions. Realest one gone.